All right. As promised, the long-awaited debut of the Round Table Podcast. Yours truly, the one, the only, the Legendheart, Brandon Johnson. And I am joined for this first episode of the Round Table Podcast. Once again, thank you much.
Oh, yeah.
I'm joined by the incomparable Fitzgerald White of SWUTLAK Apparel. I did say that, right? Because I chop it up every time.
You did, SWUTLAK. You said it right. You about one of the first ones to get it.
I've been working on that for a minute.
People be killing that one. I'm telling you, I done heard all kind of SWUTLAK. I heard somebody put an R in there somewhere. Like, dang, but yeah, it's SWUTLAK. You said it right.
SWUTLAK, exactly.
Appreciate you for having me.
So with that said, SWUTLAK actually stands for something.
Yes.
So what does SWUTLAK stand for?
It stands for Supplying Wisdom Upon the Liberal, Ambitious Kids. Now, I know a lot of people get, kind of confused with the liberal thing. They think it's political, and it's nothing to do with politics. It's not. If you look up one of the definitions of liberal is someone achieving a certification or a degree, any type of skill or trade through an unconventional way. Mm-hmm. As far as basically not the conventional way, as far as going to school, it's different types of ways where you can get things around here. Like, it's back doors to everything.
Exactly.
Back doors to everything.
Cause that's one of the things that bonded us. Like, we can honestly stake claim to few things that, especially within our culture, that few people can say. We call each other brother.
Definitely.
We call each other brother, and the blood ain't there, but the bond is.
Definitely.
So, that's one of the things that bonded us, because both of us have a true and sincere respect for education, but education doesn't necessarily come from academia.
Definitely.
It doesn't have to come from your traditional organized structure that is learning.
Right.
Institutionalized learning, in my opinion, is one of the biggest criminal institutions in the world, because it gets overhyped and it devalues routes of success such as yours.
I want to add to that. As far as the institutionalized way of learning, what I mean is, one thing I hate that schools teach or whatever is like thinking like, what do you want to be, like the one thing you want to be when you're growing up. It shouldn't be like that. We should all take the slogan from the military: be all that you can be. Really. Because you shouldn't, I don't know, I teach my kids all the time, don't just think one thing you want to be, think 5.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And strive to get all of them. But even if you think 5 and you achieve 3, you did good.
Absolutely.
Not just one-minded to where you one track, and if that go wrong, you don't know what to do.
So with that said, that brings up first question, because once again, as I said off camera, I know you.
Right.
We brothers.
Right.
But this is opportunity for us to expose both our talents, both our contributions to the world in our own way, in our own fashion to the world. So how did we meet first?
At Dennis. Working at Dennis.
Mm-hmm.
Working at Dennis together. When that was back in what?
I don't even remember. I'm horrible with time.
It had to be somewhere in between 2010.
Damn, that's a minute.
Yeah.
That's a minute, bro.
Yeah. I know.
That's a minute.
I know. Literally, because remember,
bro.
I got in my trouble in 2009.
Okay.
Yada yada whoop whoop. That's when I came to Denny's.
Mm-hmm. I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
So think about it. That's been about 14, 15 years. Yeah, somewhere in there. Yeah.
Because that's one of the reasons why I especially wanted you to be guest number 1, the first guest, because again, I'm personally one, I'm honored to be a part of your narrative, a part of your journey, but 2, I'm inspired. Because again, I keep telling people, it don't matter where you come from.
It don't.
It does not matter your starting place.
Don't.
What your starting place dictates is your starting place.
Yes.
It does mean that if you're starting from the negative, you might have farther to go.
Definitely.
But it doesn't stop you from getting to your final destination.
Right.
So talk to us. Do you mind talking candidly about your past? What happened?
Well, As far as my charges was at that time, I had armed robbery. Got caught with meth. I'm talking about a lot of it. We had to go to. We went to jail. I mean, just terrible. When I tell you living the fast life, because I didn't know much at all. You know, growing up, only people I knew that had money,
Mm-hmm.
either the dope man,
Mm-hmm.
or somebody like that drive trucks.
Yep.
Other than that, all I knew was go to a plant, go to work in the restaurant. Like,
Yep.
that's it. So, me being me, I like having things. Not necessarily, I ain't gonna say like the finer thing. Don't get me wrong, I like finding things just like the next, but I like being able to take care of me
Mm-hmm.
and the people around me. You know, so at that time, like my mind, even then, would go back to the survivor mode we was talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Me as far as let's get some money. Whoever got an idea, if I got an idea, let's do it. Like, that's why I got this hustler mentality from now. Like, I'm gonna put my hands in all kind of things because it was a point I had no choice but to try. If I fail, I fail. But I had no choice.
Because you ain't have none.
Didn't have anything, so I didn't have nothing to lose.
You
And that's my mentality now. Like, the worst I can do is be where I'm at.
Yeah. Exactly.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, the worst I can be is where I'm at now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So that's why I keep my hands in different things like I do now. But, you know, to be honest, it's almost like I needed that. Because that's what created this hunger that I got.
Mm-hmm.
Because being from where I was to where I'm at now, even the way you've been treated by society and looked at,
Yes.
it's night and day. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, like, being treated like a criminal to being treated like, whoa, this guy is about his business.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad I went through all that to see all aspects of life and how people treat you. Like, people are cruel.
Yeah.
People are cruel. Like, they are. But during that journey, I met some real people.
Mm-hmm.
Shouts out to you. During that journey, I've met some real people, and like, it's really not all about money. You know what I mean? Building relationships take you way further.
Amen.
Way further. Like, it really do. But as far as like I say, in my late teens, even hell, I was a father at 13, 14 years old.
Now I didn't know that. I didn't know you were that young when you had your first one.
Think about it, I just told you my son turned 21.
Jesus Christ.
I'm on 35.
Vixen. I'm hoping that's Vixen 77. We're doing pretty good. Thank you for joining the chat.
Shout out to you.
Absolutely. First, you are officially the first member of chat to witness the first episode of the Roundtable Podcast. So thank you much. We're doing good. We're just going over our history right now, and we're trying to do what I always do, what we've always done, and that's put that positivity into the life, into the world.
Definitely.
Both of you, Psychedelics, Vixen. I still have yet to set up my notifications, so I'm not ignoring you. But thank you guys very much for the follows. No, we're not doing reactions to songs right now. Right now, we're actually just doing conversation. We're doing conversation, and we're making sure to spread the narrative, because right beside me right here is none other than Fitzgerald White, who is, what would you call yourself? I know what I call you. What would you call yourself?
I like to try to fall up on the entrepreneur category.
All right.
Entrepreneur category.
So we got an entrepreneur. I call him CEO.
Yeah.
All right.
I like to say entrepreneur got hands in a lot of different things.
See what I mean?
Hands in a lot of different things.
All right, Eco. All right. Go ahead and do your thing. Appreciate you hopping in on chat. Psychedelics. You know the routine. If you know either of us, we always counting them blessings, baby.
Definitely.
So So, okay. Thank you guys much for the engagement. And with that said, wow,
It's a lot.
that's a lot.
Early.
So we covered a lot, and we got so much more to cover over time. And I know we're gonna have you on as a guest again,
Definitely.
probably in the near future. But let's fast forward a little bit. So you literally came from the mud.
The mud.
Not the dirt, not the bottom. You came from the mud.
Definitely.
And when we met, it was at Denny's.
Yeah.
So when we met at Denny's, that was fresh after you.
Straight after.
Really?
I actually had to go through a program to even get that job.
What?
My background was so bad.
What?
Yeah, I actually had to go through. What was that? Is it vocational rehab?
Voc rehab, yeah.
Voc rehab. I had to go through them because I was on probation at the time. I had to go through them to even get the job at Denny's because nobody else would even look at me. I remember going to some of these jobs, putting in applications, doing interviews, and they literally looking at me like a monster once they run my back.
Yeah.
All over one mistake, though.
One mistake.
Definitely a mistake. Definitely a mistake.
That's not surprising to me, but it's still because I know who you are and I know who you are through and through. It's still like really because like I know just because of stories like yours and I got a homeboy that's locked up right now. Like I've decided to come up and try to start finding these lists of jobs that aren't. I don't want to say prejudice, but don't stereotype against people with a background.
Definitely.
And you'd be surprised what companies profess they are that way. But like you said, just to get a shot, you got to take those measures that show you about that going that extra mile. You know.
Definitely. But even with that though, to add to that, let's say the jobs that will accept you, knowing your background and what you got going on, they're only going to let you get so far and do so much. Because they know you ain't got too much of a choice. At least that's what they teach us anyway.
Yep.
Well, I found out not to be true.
Really?
It's really on account of what you know. Knowledge. You know what I mean? That's the come back to the supplying the wisdom. Like as far as like, you know, I know when I was in that situation, going to all these jobs, listening to people, once you become a felon, you're done.
Right.
You pretty much are done.
Right.
As far as in the work world, you're done. At least that's what they tell us. What I found out to be true, no. I know people with backgrounds longer than the Mississippi River. But because of what they know, they're going to always be employed. You see what I'm saying? Like,
Sure enough.
and that's the honest to God truth. Like, because now, knowing what I know, and like how I was treated back then, it's like, it's sick how they do people.
Yes.
It's sick how they do people. But it's you being trapped in your mind. A lack of what you don't know.
That's right. Psychedelics, you must have came in off of Fitz's post because I'm telling you, if you know, you know.
Right.
Supplying wisdom upon the liberal, ambitious kids. That's what we gotta do, man. That's what we gotta do, and it really is conducive to success. Like, it's not just our own, but creating generational success.
Yes.
And notice I said generational success, not generational wealth. Generational success.
Yes.
Because the wealth will follow.
Definitely.
But setting our kids up to not have to go what you and me went through.
Right. Right.
That's where it's at. That's where
Really.
it's at.
It really is. It really is. Because knowledge is power. And just what, you know, not even just my kids, just people around me seeing what I've done and doing, like, they know it's different ways. And I try to tell everybody, like, it really is different ways out here to do it. And what I mean, I ain't, you know, not all, like I said, all about money, but as far as keeping yourself busy, as far as keeping yourself going and producing work for yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's so many different ways out here to do it, man. You just gotta know. Just got to be taught. When I'm here to spread the word, we are here to spread the word.
Absolutely.
Really is.
So, Denny's, we knew, I'm just going to call an ace and a spade a spade. It's systemic, and it's one of those, it's just like any other capitalist job. It's out there to put money in people's pockets that you don't even see.
Yeah.
And that's what both of us got discouraged by.
Yes, definitely.
Both of us got discouraged by.
I worked there, you remember.
A hot minute.
What, like, I think I gave them people about 6-7 years of my life.
Yeah.
Stayed at the dishwasher position with them promising me down they gonna let me cook.
Yep.
I'm talking about 6 years making $8. Not a quarter, not 1 cent raise. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's terrible how they do people.
Yeah.
But it goes back to they knew how I came in. They knew you ain't really got too many other places to go. So it's either take it or leave it. And at that time, I had to take it.
And now I know who you are. All right, psych. All right. I've been streaming for about a year now.
Yeah.
I've been streaming for about a year now. Maybe give or take a couple months.
So you know who it is?
Yeah. That's also one of my former co-workers.
Gotcha.
Actually, if it's who I think it is, because we always got these handles that we use on Twitch and whatnot.
Gotcha.
But I'm pretty sure the fact that they call me out by name and not you, I know who it is.
Gotcha.
If it's who I think it is, we worked together at Firehouse, and it was immediately after I left Denny's, basically.
I remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
But
remember when you went there. I remember when you went to Firehouse.
Yep.
Yeah, I really do. Yeah.
Yep. Because my baby was born.
Yeah.
I started working the second job when my
daughter
daughter was born.
Yep.
When I thought my daughter was my daughter. Because
Gotcha.
those of you that know, y'all know, I didn't know if my daughter was my daughter.
Right.
So just the possibility. Nah, man, I gotta get buckled down.
Gotcha.
I gotta get that second job.
Where that drink at? Let's
go.
take one of those. One of those.
You want this or you want? All
right. That's what I'm talking about. That's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm still in Anderson. Matter of fact, I'm right by AU, partner. I'm right by AU. We about to see if we supposed to add that Pepsi to it or not.
You know what I'm saying?
Cheers.
Here we go.
To brotherhood and community, and to the kids. That shit good.
That's all right right there.
That's all right.
That's all right there. Okay,
We
Snoop.
can rock with that.
I hear you, Big Snoop.
We can rap with that. That's 19 crimes.
Okay, Big Snoop. I hear you.
Cali Rose. Okay.
That was that Cali Rose.
Cali Rose. Okay. So yeah. So both of us at about that time started looking at our horizons, started looking at opportunities. I took a very immediate short term view of things. I wish I would have gone down a path like you, but we both made proactive actions towards long term goals.
Right.
So what happened next for you? Because Denny's obviously wasn't it.
Wasn't it? See, okay, so me, personally, honestly, I'm going to tell you. Old girl that worked with us said something to me one day, and it struck me.
All right.
What was her name?
You ain't even got to say her name.
But
because
gotcha.
Discretion. But
gotcha. But anyway, she said, Fitz, her grandma, my grandma told me, I guess she, at that time she was about to be 30. I think I was like,
what are you talking about?
I think I was like 25, 26 at the time. She said, Fitz, whatever you're doing by the time you're 30, that's what you're going to be doing for the rest of your life.
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I don't know what it was at that time, but that struck me like, boy, like I'm really at the age, but we really do need to be, trying to transition.
Yes.
Not even that. I had other things outside, you know what I mean, that I had going on personally too or whatever, like, basically with my kids, like it's time to grow.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you said, you had your daughter. I think at that time, that might when I had my youngest son.
Okay.
About around that time, but it was like, okay, I really got to get it together.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, no more excuses. Like, okay, not only that, I had a neighbor who moved next door to me. Like, just getting to know him, seeing how he moved, I'm like, first of all, I know I can do what you're doing because I know up here, I'm probably a little bit better than you. Not exactly better, but I know like I'm smart too or whatever. But and not only that, he's one of the few people who like, one person who showed me like, bro, I got a damn record, and literally showed me his record. Pulled this motherfucker out, and I'm talking about day after day, year after year. I'm like, how can a motherfucker, like, okay, so that's the case. You know what I mean? How's you being able to move like that? He was like, man, you need to go learn how to weld or learn some type of skill or trade. I'm like, man, what if I'm going to go learn that at? You know what I mean?
Right.
Just so happened, no lie, that's when Obama was still in the office. And he had this thing going on the radio and was giving out basically grants to anybody who wanted to learn a trade.
Shout out to the radio. Because I'm telling you now, that's the one thing that has been true for 3 generations of black culture. You need to know something. There we go, Libertico. You need to know something, learn something, find out anything about improvement, be it immediate, long term. Man, you look at that radio.
Yeah,
Listen to that radio. There's some stuff out there that's hidden.
That's hidden, yes.
That radio got on full blast, but you gotta be looking for it and listening to it.
Okay.
But yeah, all right.
But to continue, okay, so like I said, I got all this going, like it's like really the universe talking to me. Not even long before then, my dad passed. That really, really hit me.
Yeah, I remember that.
It hit me to the point, it's like, whoa, like, this thing ain't forever. Mm-hmm. Life is what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, I knew, like, bruh, to be honest, I didn't want my mama leaving here seeing me in that position. You hear me?
Drink to that.
Like, because I hated that, still to this day, that my dad left me.
And then see you in your prime.
Didn't even get to peek at it. You see what I'm saying? But that, like I said, that did something to me. You know what I mean? So all this is going on. Like I say, I'm seeing my neighbor. He leaves like for a month or two, and he come back. He got racks. Here's the thing, though. And not only he got money, you showing me check stubs. Mm-hmm. You showing me that you're actually going to work and bringing home.
This ain't no dirty money.
This ain't no dirty money. And I'm like, the only people I even thought that can bring home these type of checks are doctors and lawyers.
Translation, white people.
If that, you know what I mean? Really?
Let's just call it what it is.
And no lie, my neighbor, it's a white guy. Truth be told, you know what I mean? And I live in a black neighborhood. He moved in a white neighborhood. I mean, white guy moved in a black neighborhood. But anyway, that's beside the story. But like I say, just watching him, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I know you white, I'm black, but the way you move,
that ain't normal.
That ain't normal. Because you really just like me.
Exactly.
Honestly.
Because if you got a record, these cops don't give a damn.
Hey, regardless of what you say.
Like this,
I don't care. No,
they don't give a damn.
Some people like, oh, because he white. No, it ain't that. It's because of what this man knows. Mm-hmm. And that's when I start like, okay, me personally, I'm the type, if I want to learn something, I study it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're going to hang around. We're going to talk. We're going to laugh, joke, but I'm studying you. You know what I mean? So I'm like, this is a normal guy is what I'm getting at. Like, he's a normal guy, but he just able to move different because of what he know.
Because of his knowledge.
And the thing about it, I know you ain't been to no school.
Exactly.
Because I've gotten to know you. You ain't learned none of this in no school. But just so happened now, his daddy had his own shop. And he grew up in that. Again,
generational success.
Exactly. But not only that, but not even getting really into that. So I'm like, okay, going back to the radio thing. So I basically went and checked in at had to go to the new unemployment office. I think it's called SC Works now.
Yeah.
So on this radio, it was like, go up there, yada yada, whoop whoop. So I went up there, checked in, talked to the lady. They told me about going to the little orientation thing. They was like, yes, we can help you. You just got to come to the orientation. I'm like, okay, all right, I'll be here.
Okay.
Went up there to the orientation, a little 20-minute class. Had to give him some paperwork. And boom, I was in there. My foot was in the door.
Right.
Me being me, I'm still like, I don't know.
Because I was that way. Because I went up there myself after you suggested it. And I was that way.
And I was like, I don't know. Honestly. You know what I mean? So I did the paperwork. I had to go a couple weeks. I had to go to Tri-County. And went to Tri-County, had to do a placement test.
All right.
Did my placement test. I had to, they set me up with a coach at the SE Works place. Went there and we basically went over my results. Honestly, if I had my way, I've always loved messing with computers. We can get to that later.
All right.
We can get to that later. Like, that's always been my passion.
All right.
Like, if I had my way, like, my dream growing up was always to be on the computer, either, like, making some type of designs and would you like
talking about some AutoCAD and some
just making whatever I feel come to life.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? But okay. But her suggestion at the time was, Mr. White, with your background, you just need to just stick with welding. Because like I told them when I first got there, I wanted to do welding. But when I got my results, I had a whole bunch of different options. But she was like, with your background, you need to do that because basically with welding, they don't care. As long as you can weld, they really need welders out here, which is true. But anyway, okay, so.
Is that still true?
Definitely.
So you got the heads up, people, from a welder.
Definitely.
You need that opportunity? Take it.
Definitely.
Welded.
Okay, so. Okay, fast forward. Like I said, I did the placement test. Okay, did that. So now the next step was I had to go and hear from the other coach. Here's the thing. I had a cousin that went through this process before me. And I'm good right now. And he was basically telling me the guy that was over or whatever that was handling my case was, I don't know, I don't want to make it a race thing. Mm-hmm. But for some reason, he wasn't picking up my phone call. And my cousin, who's black, had the same problem with this guy. And he was like, he had to go over his head to get him to call back. I was waiting on this guy, no lie, for over a month. My cousin kept telling me, you need to call the number, I called that number. He called me back in about an hour. Yeah, I don't think you heard me. I called over his head. In less than an hour, he called me. Oh, Mr. White, I've been meaning to get with you.
You already know what it is.
You know what I mean?
You already know what it is.
So boom, after that happened, okay, so this is like a 3-month process. Boom. Fast forward, now I'm in welding school. 6 weeks, fast forward, I got my first welding certification. Boom. And no lie, nothing's been the same ever since.
Off of just the first certification.
Off the first certification. You hear me?
How many certs you got now?
Like, with everything? Or you talking welding?
Let's talk just welding to start off with.
Welding certifications? Honestly, 2.
Okay.
2 certifications.
Two welding certs. What other certs you got?
I have my forklift cert.
All right. So are you a forklift instructor or are you just operator? Okay.
Operator.
So forklift cert, okay.
JLG cert.
JLG? Mm-hmm. So what's that?
You ever seen the guys, that big orange thing, when the guy's going up to the building, it reaches all the way out, that orange?
That like lets
you might see some blue.
Get some reach and
yeah. Drive one of those, certain that.
Okay.
Then the big boy forklift, the Lure.
Yeah.
Certified in that.
Okay.
Rigging.
Really?
Yes. Okay, so you know what rigging is?
I do know.
Okay. Rigging. Certified in ironwork. Certified CPR. Certified in
He says, I got more certs than I can count on.
Certified OSHA 10. Certified in... What else? Because it's a lot of it, bro.
Golly.
Certified in lockout, tagout, electrical, fall protection. Hell. A little bit of, aerial lift, scissor lift. All of that. Literally. I can even sit in the crane there. You ever see the crane bringing in the stuff? I'm the guy down there that telling the crane which way to go. I land that right there. I appreciate you.
I'm just off this conversation alone, just off this stream alone, I'm gonna have to revisit and then do like a post show like analysis and what's it called? Not revision, a post show for lack of a better word, analysis, breakdown. A post show breakdown, because just in what we talked about so far, be it subtly or directly, we talked about so many rules for success.
Yes.
Just right now.
Yes.
Just right now. Because that's one thing. Very funny. Go ahead and subscribe then, my nemesis. Go ahead and subscribe. I need that money.
Yeah, please.
But cause there's one thing that I've noticed with the successful, and I'm pushing for advancements and acceleration in security. Right now I'm on the ground level. I'm a security professional, ground level. But I've always been ambitious, and I just needed. I needed, for better or for worse, I needed that guidance that goals. Let me focus on this goal, and thankfully I got some of that right now. But one thing I've noticed about the successful, and especially the people that are successful via atypical or abnormal routes. They got their certifications and everything. Matter of fact, one of my boss gave me like a 4 or 5 step process that he's like, do this. And on like step 4 or 5 of that process, he's like, get a certification in IAS this, get ISO 3000, get this, that, and like. He mentioned 2 certifications, and the more I'm hearing you take that and bring that home, certification. Like it doesn't even have to be in the biggest, most elaborate thing, but like getting your certifications in anything, is a game changer.
It is, and to follow up on that, my first certification was welding, right? I knew guys who was welding before me though, and could weld better than me, to be honest. But because they wasn't certified, and I was,
they didn't get the opportunity.
No, they got the opportunity. Some maybe didn't get the opportunity. True enough.
All right.
But maybe even the ones that got the opportunity. Now I'm coming in. Let's say you've been welding for the last 10 years. And I just got my certification. Because you don't have that certification, these people can handle you. So now I'm coming in the door making just as much as you or more, and now you mad at me. Certifications do trump. No, experience trumps anything, as we all know.
Right.
But those certifications that bring you in, like, can open up doors that. I know guys who can weld better than me or whatever, but they can't get jobs like me because they don't have that certification.
They don't have certification.
So they can't get in that door. You know what I mean? They might got 20 years of experience.
Yep.
But you never went and got certified. We'll take Mr. White first.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like, and that's certifications do mean something. I mean, I remember I used to even have that mentality, like, man, as long as I can do it, I'm good. Ain't no paper can tell me whatever, da. No, that paperwork do mean something. In the real world.
Because you got to think. And I use this in everything. I use this principle in everything. You have 2 people. It doesn't even have to be people. 2 things. They both are the same thing on the surface. But one It's just a product and it's laid right there. Do with it what you want. And the other is a well-wrapped, well-marketed product.
Yes.
They both cost the same price. Which one you gonna go for?
The one that's
marketed.
Yes, that's marketed.
And that's what your certifications is. And while I sound critical of postgraduate education or college and stuff like that, let me set the record straight. I do value it, and I do cherish it. It is what it is.
It is.
What I'm saying for the record is that not everybody's route to success, education, or any other positive path is linear. It doesn't have to come the same way for every person.
And that's truth.
So I say that to say this. Be it the college degree, be it certification, be it acknowledgement, anything. All of that is validation.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
I can know
Agreed.
I can know everything in the world. But if I don't have that validation, what separates me from any other Tom, Dick, or Harry?
Exactly.
And that's what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Man.
So, yeah.
You gotta have you. I'm glad I got you here right now because shit. I'm about to get this gung ho. You don't lit a fire under my ass.
I hear you. That's what's up. That's what we all here for. That's what the community here for.
True.
But yeah, yeah.
Okay. So you came from the mud.
Yes.
To getting by at Denny's.
Right.
To making it as a welder.
Yes.
And now we get to SWUTLAK. How was SWUTLAK born?
So, now, the word SWUTLAK, actually, first of all, it's me and my brother in this.
Right.
We haven't half on this, you know what I mean? Actually, my brother has always been into design. He loved clothes, fashion. Mm-hmm. And he actually went to the Art Institute of Atlanta.
Okay.
Before he insider.
Right.
Okay, before that, but just like most people, he didn't have the money, the funds to stay in, so he went to the military.
Right.
So let's fast forward. Still a dream of his though.
Right.
Okay. Then you got my part. I've always been a hustler.
Right.
I have a passion with getting up, not knowing if I'm gonna make $5 a day or make $100,000 a day. You know what I mean?
But you gonna make something.
I'm gonna make something shake. That's where we go back to that survival. Mm-hmm. That's where that comes from. Mm-hmm. There was a time I had to hustle.
Right.
Or I'm not gonna eat.
Right.
So I had to hustle. Whatever it was. You remember I was selling CDs and DVDs.
Boy! I came back to New York and you were the only person hustling them damn birthday CDs. Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
But just my, and even, I had, when I left my hustling days were gone with my boy. But anyway, that still, was one of my, like, I've always had that burn, that itch, like, know. So, we had a good idea as far as, well, now the word and the meaning my brother came up with, and like I say, the word even came from an old neighborhood word that, like, we used to use in the neighborhood. Yeah, like, we would just be going around saying crazy stuff, but that just stuck with him. So I'm not gonna lie, like, that was years ago. How you still remember that? Right. You had to re-jog everybody's memory. You know,
I'm keeping a buck with you. I was raised in the country, capital K, no O. So there's some of these urban words I from our generation I don't know.
Right. So the word, he came up with it, and like I said, he stuck the acronyms on it because, like, we didn't grow up with everything. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was plenty of times we come home, there wasn't no lights on. Plenty of times we had to go to grandma's house to eat. You know what I mean? Like, that type. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't come from the silver spoon. You know what I mean?
Thanks, Auntie.
That's what that hustle come in from. But anyway, so that's how the name came about, and just the idea, like I say, as far as the clothing thing, we actually tried one time before.
Really?
Yes. It just, It didn't go right. Yes.
Okay, so what went wrong? Was it timing? Was it opportunity? Was it knowledge? What?
You know what? Honestly,
Yeah,
the lack of money.
lack of money.
That was pre-welding.
Right.
You hear me?
I
That
do.
was pre-welding.
I do.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, one thing about business, you gotta have money
Right.
in order to make money.
Right.
You know what I mean? That sounds so cliche because, that's what you always hear. But I promise you, the first 3 years of this. Well, hold on. Let me go back. How it came about. Like I said, that's how it came about. Like I said, we did it before. It didn't go through over there because the lack of money. It was costing us too much to try to do this and feed our families.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, of course, just like any other business person who tries, you go back to your job.
Right.
You know what I mean? Bills are due.
Right.
So, let's just say when we came into some money, being able to buy this, buy that, try this, try that, just even, getting the right material, getting the right, vendor or whatever, someone to make them, like
the right producer, the right vendor, the right
all of that. You know what I mean? Like getting our LLC made, and thank God my brother knew how to do all of that because he actually. And another thing, my brother actually got a business management and business degree.
right.
All right. No lie, my brother's the brain.
I feel you.
You hear me?
I feel you.
Brain. We like to call it like almost we like to consider ourselves like Cash Money. He's slim.
Yeah.
I'm baby.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I
You
feel
ain't
you.
gonna really see Slim. Slim behind, but Slim is very important to Cash Money.
Exactly.
But Birdman is very
The face.
You see what I'm going?
Exactly.
We're looking for our Lil Wayne, but anyway. But no, okay, so on the serious tip, like I say, so the hustling as far as, being able to, get the stuff out there and just putting it all together, me and my brother really started just me and him with an idea. Like I said, we came up with the name. We came up with our logo. Like even with our logo with the little boy pointing towards the sky. Mm-hmm. That's like a representation of our inner kid. Like they always tell, look up. You know what I mean? Sky's the limit. That's why we pointing towards the sky.
Man.
Can you see it?
I do. Let's see it. Let's put. There we go.
Let's see it.
Pointing to the sky.
Pointing towards the sky because really your ceiling is whatever. There's no ceiling unless it's in your brain. Honestly, what I had to learn. But so we put that all. We put that together. I did the logo. We got all that right. No lie. I remember me and him on the phone because my brother's in the Air Force, so we do a lot over the phone, and just like questioning, should we start this? Should we do this? Mm-hmm. And when we did make that decision, we started with 2 shirts.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
We started
because I'm like, these niggas here. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody on that shirt game, but
really. But see,
and it was so simple too.
Yes,
they was the original two. They were so simple.
And that's one thing we learned: simplicity. Mm-hmm. Don't get too complicated on trying to get Picasso on whatever your design. Just keep it simple, stupid.
Right.
Yeah, keep it simple. So
keep it simple, stupid.
That's the old saying, kiss.
Old Judge Judy.
Yeah, keep it simple, stupid. So just like our first year, we actually started in the pandemic. That was 2020.
That is right.
We some pandemic babies. You know what I mean?
I did not pay attention to that, but that is correct.
That was during the pandemic. So even at that point, really kind of taught us too that the supply and demand thing, because like really we did real good in the because when you couldn't go nowhere.
Right.
I was pulling up on you. You know what I mean? Just so that we started with with the 2 shirts, doing hand to hand or whatever, you know what I mean, as far as sales. We were just, pumping it on Facebook, Instagram, social media or whatever, and word of mouth.
Cause I sure enough was trying I was too broke to buy, but I sure enough was pushing that share button.
Word. No, I ain't word, man. Appreciate that. Word. But okay. So like like I say, you know, but you know that like, and we had to learn a lot as far as just like I say, the vendors, the type of material, just you know, pricing, you know, the supply and demand thing, the just coming up with designs what people like, matching up with whatever is hot at the time, just a lot, you know.
Yeah.
A lot as far as being then on the business end, as far as like learning the tax rules to this thing. And I tell you one thing, in the beginning, it was rough.
I bet it was.
No lie, this was our first year we actually made though in taxes. And we actually was able to split some money. And that felt,
I bet it was.
That, I ain't gonna say that made it real, because when we made the name, made it real, but it made it feel like, okay, 3 years.
You're getting somewhere.
It took us 3 years.
And you got to think, the average business takes 5 to 7.
Yes. I even heard, you know, they say like the average business fall within the first 2 years.
Yes.
No lie. If we had to solely depend on business, I can see why people would have failed in the first 2 years, because advertising, marketing, shipping, like just wrapping the gifts, just not gifts, but the you know, the merchandise, you know,
right.
Just the time that it takes, you know, like,
and especially to do so with care and not haphazardly.
And not because one thing we are very good and known for is when you place that order, it's gonna be there.
Right.
You ain't gonna be waiting no 2-3 weeks, nothing like that. You place that orders coming in there 2-3 business days, you know. So that and you know, and just having two people, but like another thing we had to distinguish ourselves from too, like we didn't want to be recognized as a t-shirt company. We are a brand. That's why, like, even I remember when we started this, a lot of people wanted us to, well, can you make me this? Well, can you make me this? This, that. I'm sorry, we are not a custom t-shirt company. We are a brand.
Right.
Just like Nike, Polo, whoever else you want to put out there.
And every one of those companies.
You know what I mean?
Every one of those brands, if you getting something custom, it's paying some custom money.
You're paying some custom money. Yeah, so that part. But just as far as when you think you're going to come up with your design and then like, no, we are a brand. Like, you know what I mean? So that was one thing we had to set ourselves from, you know. Another thing that, you know, that I guess one of the hurdles that we had to overcome was even, like I say, investing in your advertising. I don't know. I know my boy been looking. I know you can tell the progress even with my advertising.
Yes.
Like investing in what I had to invest in, the type of computer I had to get into programs.
Because this don't even compare to what you probably got.
I got the iMac.
Yeah.
I got the iMac. I got the iMac, and no lie, that was a game changer. As far as with the advertising and the stuff I'm able to do with, and that goes to the love of what I've always had, and that was computers. Like when I was able to buy one of the best computers I can buy for Apple,
well, you would get it. You would get it. You were like the kid getting that.
Put this out.
Y'all already know.
Put this out. Put this. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Like really, that was like wow. And even though to even think like I never even thought I'd ever be able to have an iMac. You see what I'm saying? Coming from where I'm coming from, like I used to think a Dell computer was awesome. Like you know, like I ain't saying it's not.
Right.
But what you know, that's the typical computer.
You see what I got right here? Little Dell laptop, HP laptop, HP laptop.
Okay, but you know, just you know, like
and that was gifted to me.
Got you.
You
Okay,
feel me?
Right.
That was gifted to me. This was gifted to me.
Got you. Yeah.
So to go from this to earned iMac.
Exactly.
Earned iMac.
Exactly.
That carries different weight.
Yes, being able to walk out there Best Buy with that, like that was different.
Yes, you know? I am on site. Yes, I am. Still working on that.
But yeah, coming up with all that, and even like I say, just coming up with everything from scratch, and like everything right now is still in house.
Mm-hmm. That's good to hear.
Like everything you see visually. Here, all like, as far as advertising, the designs on the clothes. I'm gonna show you, that's
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
That's some good segue.
Yes,
let's get that out. Let's see what you pushing out here.
All right, that was for you, all right?
This for me?
That's for you. That's for you.
Big homie.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Big homie. Check this out. Check this out. This is what I've been telling you cats about. This right here. This right here.
Got the hat to go with it.
The hat to match.
Mm-hmm. And you even got the navy blue.
Oh man.
We even got, we even got a little bit. Even got some for the ladies. Let me show you. For the ladies out there, we ain't forgot about y'all. We know how the ladies like to be comfortable in their leggings.
Right. So y'all got into leggings now?
Yes, sir. These are the leggings for the ladies.
Ooh, boy.
Leggings for the ladies.
And I bet them things looking right in them leggings too.
Wait, I don't seen a couple of them here. You're going to see a little ad here soon with one of our SWUTLAK models.
Boy.
Going to be advertising that. Even got a different color for y'all ladies. Trying to keep y'all with choices, different flavors. I'm going to tell you right now, you put these on, it's a certain type of drawing y'all wear with that, but that's on you. I know a lot of y'all don't even like to wear them, but that's your preference. That's your preference. Don't come calling me when your boyfriend trying to knock you in the head, you know what I'm saying? But,
hit him with that Reverend Devon. Oh, my brother, testify.
And then, last but not least, this is just some of the, what's the other? These just a pair of socks.
Y'all got socks?
We got different colors. That's all I have on hand right now.
Y'all truly going in on it, bruh.
Use the socks. We got different colors. We got even more stuff on our website.
And what's the website?
Website is www.SWUTLAK. That's SWUTLAK.com. Y'all check us out. We got more items on there and more to come. But yeah, man, we started with 2 shirts, man. And now we got shirts, hats, socks, leggings. We even coming with some underwear here soon.
What?
That, like, like the guy on well, they're like guy briefs, but I think mostly girls wear them.
Like boxes and stuff?
Yeah, like the PSDs or the Ethicas.
I'm going to keep it a buck with you.
Uh-huh.
I go commando because I don't find no boxes, no nothing that's comfy.
Got you.
I'm gonna keep it a buck with you. If my ass gonna feel like it's getting scratched up and chafing and all sorts of shit, I may as well do that with no underwear.
Yeah, you're right.
I'm gonna pay you $5, $10, $20, $30, $40 for underwear that don't feel good.
That's true.
Shit,
I ain't got them on me now. We even got drop fit shirts for my people who like to work out.
Really?
Yeah, it started off like I say, once you sweat, the logo comes through. Yeah, y'all can go check all that out on the website. It's on there.
Y'all done came the hell up.
Really, it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
3 years.
Sweat activated logos. Goddamn.
Yeah, like that. Yeah, that's wild. But yeah, man, like one thing I had to learn all through this too, man, like can't let nobody tell you that you can't. Cause man, I had so many tell me, even when I was coming up, like I had so many like, oh man, come on now, you serious, whatever, man. As long as you stay focused, you can achieve anything.
You know, there's so many things that I'm gonna have to cover on this recap. I know it now.
Gotcha.
Because like that's one of the things that one of the reasons we're here today, one of the reasons my nemesis in chat, like why the Round Table brand, and I appreciate you saying brand and not company.
Gotcha.
Why the Round Table brand, why the Round Table project is a thing, and it's two things. Number one, relentlessness. What you just said was relentlessness.
Really?
Never give up. Never sell yourself short.
Yes.
Never accept defeat.
Definitely.
Ain't that what Hov said? Hov
Yeah.
said, I don't never accept defeat because it's either a lesson learned or it's victory to me.
Yeah, and that's truth.
Like, even with SWUTLAK, like you said, this is your second endeavor.
Yeah.
So for that to be your second endeavor, that means the first one did not succeed.
Definitely.
But that is not a failure. It's a lesson learned.
Yeah.
Because this relaunch, boy,
Yes.
you not running, you flying, baby.
I'm trying.
You flying.
I'm trying, like really. And not only that, y'all, look out for the cartoon. Right now, I got ads going, you know, but we in the works of making a real live cartoon. Like, it's coming.
I'm glad you brought that up
coming.
because I didn't get a chance to shout that out yet, and I didn't get a chance to try to look out for somebody that might be able to help you with that. So I'm glad you brought that up.
Okay.
Because if there's anybody that may be able to hook you up and network you and whatever, it's the members of the Round Table.
Gotcha.
And they're in, some of them are like Zoom, they're in Discord groups and they have networks that, good plug, man. Good plug. I'm glad you brought that up. Because I'm about to be one of them voices.
Hey, really?
You know what I mean?
Really, now? Why are you playing
one
with
of them
really?
voices.
Soon.
Real soon.
Soon. Like, really, but little project, see, that just goes back to two, like, I'm really now starting to really indulge in what I really like. Don't get me wrong, you know, learning how to weld, you know, that was the foundation. Mm-hmm. And that it changed my life. Don't get me wrong, but the day I'm able to say I'm living my dream be the day when I'm sitting back making content on that computer.
Boy.
That's my dream. Welding get the bills paid. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But my dream that I always wanted as a kid, that's why you see so much of like how, like, I got some people who done like tried to say like we getting people to paying people to make these advertisements, make all these little ads that you see falling out. That's all me. That's me just sitting on my computer doing what I like to do. Mm-hmm. And bringing my thoughts to life.
And that's another rule of success because a lot of people, they follow formulas and they follow systems and they follow patterns and they follow what they were told to do. And we lose sight that success is subjective. Mm-hmm. And what that means is success is not because it's subjective. It means that it means what we want it to mean.
Okay.
So, with that said, okay, if objectively your definition of success is the money, maybe I'm not successful by your definition, but by my definition, that L in SWUTLAK, liberation, liberal. The freedom, the ability to do what I please, how I please, when I please, the freedom is what defines success to me. So many, I think back to our parents, I think back to our grandparents, and I think back to how they did what they could.
Yes.
You hear them talk about
that's true.
About that.
This wasn't so much as all their fault because what we come from.
Right.
What
we come from, where we come from, when we came into existence. They did what they could. And us being the products of them, they did a damn good job. Mm-hmm. But they did what they could.
Right.
So we can do what we want.
That's true.
Bruh.
That's true. That's true. And that goes back to what I was saying earlier as far as like, you know, having money don't mean success. Not to everybody. I remember I used to think that though.
Right.
I used to think, as long as I got money in my pocket, I'd be happy. You know what I mean? Well, don't get me wrong. Nobody likes to be broke. But what I mean by success too is As long as I'm able to, take care of what I need and have to around me, the people around me that I, my family or whatever, and able to go and say, I'm doing something that I always wanted. Just being able to say I'm doing something for a living or whatever that's bringing in whatever. I'm doing what I love. That's what I call success too. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And success can be long as I'm able to take care of myself. Mm-hmm. That, I'm not saying success means a big old mansion, big old the BMW or whatever type car you want to call or whatever. No, as long as you're comfortable, bringing in your money, taking care of your responsibilities, and you're able to do what you love to do, and you ain't going to work every day, dragging like, man, hate come like just for example, me working in Savannah for the last year. Last week, told me that was my last week. No, that was like 2 weeks ago. I ain't working 2 weeks. I ain't tripping. Been at home, working on my business. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like I remember the days I ain't have no job. Boy, I was running to the door, man. Man, I need a pack.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You remember, like, if that ain't working over there, boom, I shoot back to Dennis.
Yep.
Remember, I came back there like 3-4 times.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I mean? Because just because I wasn't able to move the way I was in survival.
Yeah.
I learned a lot in that survival, though, man. Mm-hmm. A lot of tricks. Oh, man. That ambition, that drive to wake up, like, and it feels, I still get that drive to get up, do something. Let's work on the brand today. Let's just different things, man. We can go on and on and on and on.
Man, I got a book for you. I got a book I want you to read. Whether you read it, whether you do the audio book, whatever you do, I got a book for you. I need you to get on that it's called the 5-second rule.
Okay.
And I want you to get on it because it does a good job of explaining why you do what you do. You already applying it and you already doing it, but there's so much more happening than what you know is happening.
That's why I love talking to you, B. Like, really, because you make things make sense for me. You always have, though. Really, like, this man has always made things make sense for me, like, in his unique way. Like, that's why it's always been loved this way, bro. Word, though.
For real.
And that's deep.
For real.
And that's deep.
Read that book, The 5-Second Rule. Like, it is a good book. It's one of the... And I'm not a reader. I don't read often for any reason. Mm-hmm. And I've been trying to get better about reading over recent years, especially pandemic. Mm-hmm. I've been trying to read more, which just reading anything is reading more for me. But I've been trying to read more. I've been trying to improve my situation, and I've been adopting this, I've been adopting that and other. And the 5-second rule is something that was game changing for me. Like, in all honesty, this wouldn't have happened if we weren't executing that 5-second rule, because you and I know behind the scenes we've been talking about making this happen for a minute. Mm-hmm. I've been talking about making a podcast. I've been talking a talk, but I ain't been doing it.
Gotcha.
But that 5-second rule, I'm like, hey Fitz.
Yeah.
I know we were talking about blase, but you want to do it?
Yeah.
My guy. All right. It is
right.
Execution of the 5-second rule, but there's so many psychological principles at work when we do that, and we don't even know it until we are exposed to it, and that book does a good job of exposing it. Check that out.
Definitely will.
Check that out. It's one of the books that the most successful read.
Okay.
Like, check out the 5-second rule. Actually, I might have it. I don't have it on me right.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I do. It's right here. I will. This will be my parting gift to you.
Oh wow!
Loaning.
I hear you.
Loaning.
I hear you.
This book out to you, cause it is so filled with just it is the truth.
Got you. Okay.
It is the truth.
I see that.
The 5-second rule. That book was a game changer for me. But yeah, like, so that brings up one other thing I want to talk about before we call it a night, cause I'm doing this before I go to work. I go to work at 10.
Gotcha.
So we talked about a metric ton of stuff in an hour. We talked about the history, the beginnings of the company. We talked about your rise to success, your beginnings. We talked about all sorts of stuff. And a word stuck out to me: validation. Right? Validation. Validation means a lot. So I can speak all day. Y'all see me in the red and black. Y'all about to see me in this. Y'all gonna see me in some more, and you're gonna see people all over the city, if not the state, and some SWUTLAK. So I got a question for you. Validation. Yes, I'm being my best broadcaster in this case. Like I'm trying to set you up here.
Gotcha.
Who in y'all's company's time validated y'all's brand?
We've had Master P.
That's where I was going with it. I was trying to throw that alley-oop to you.
Yeah, we definitely had Master P. You can check that out on YouTube. Actually, Master P Reviews. You can just type that in, Master P Reviews, and with SWUTLAK, and you'll see that video. I actually have a clip of that in the cartoon that I made or whatever. And you can, like I say, you can check out my channel. Go to YouTube. It's at SWUTLAK. Like I said, we have a whole channel. You can see that video on there. And yeah, that was cool, man. Like Master P has this thing where he pushes small businesses to help you get exposure and things like that. So honestly, my brother, without even saying anything to me, just chose one day to get a few of our items and sent it in. Like I say, he never said nothing to me about it. I had no idea. So, man, one day, wake up, my brother was like, "Hey, man, have you checked my page today?" Cause I was like, "Nah, man, I'm just waiting." No matter, he was like, "You checking?" I was like, "Bro, I just woke up." Like, like he's staying in a different time zone. Like at that time, he was in California actually, so there's 3 hour difference. Ooh. So he was just so excited, he didn't realize it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, "Bro, I gotta go work." Like, "What are you talking about?" He was like, "Man, Master Pito shouted our stuff out." I say, "What?" He said, "Man, look at it, man, look at it." So I'm like, "Man, hold on, man, you tripping." So I'm like, "Man, I'm gonna call you right back." I look, I'm like, whoa, like that's, like it was mind blowing, no lie, like, and the attention and man, I'm telling you, the notifications on my phone. Yeah. I'm talking about after he said it, and it's I guess after people start waking up on the East Coast, I'm talking about I'm at work, phone going crazy. I'm like, man, I damn had to put it on silent.
Yep.
But really, what that was, like I said, Master P has this thing where he helps get, and it's totally free. People think that was something that we had to pay for. No, is he literally does that to give back. And thing about it, no lie, I mean, I don't like to say lucky.
Let me drink to that one more again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Let's drink to that because again, it's so refreshing when we see the big man. Cause Pete, that's ain't he a billionaire now? I know he getting close. He's definitely millionaire.
I know he getting close. He got to be definitely close. Hey, anybody got a gold ceiling?
Who was it that got that? It's Dre. Dre's the billionaire.
Okay,
but I know Dre, he's closing in on it with rap Jay-Z, snacks and all that stuff.
Right? Yeah.
But when you got the big man going and saying, "I'm giving back," and not just I'm giving back for tax breaks or for my gain. I'm giving back freely to my people. Right. Like you said, to the people that I was in the crib with, bro. Word. That is so refreshing. That's so encouraging. It's inspiring. And it inspires hope. Yes. I'm going to drink to that.
Yes, sir.
Mass P got a new fan in me, like again.
Exactly. Like, okay, so, like I say, we can call, you can call it luck, you can call it whatever it is you want to call it. I call it faith. You know what I mean? That God put that on him to push that for us. But like I say, it was really, you send it in. Like anyone right now, you can go to his YouTube channel. He'll give you the information where to send it to. You send it in and you hope that he picks your items to show. And like I said, when he did that, it was something, man, and the type of connections he gave us too, though. Like the little thing where he scored us 8 out of 10.
Yeah.
It was levels to that.
On both things too, like
Yes.
8 out of 10 on both things.
On both. And so like with the 8, he was able to give us the shout out like he did. He was able to plug us into some vendors. He was able to plug us into what was that? It was another store. It was out in Houston actually. Honestly, that didn't go as planned. But anyway, as far as that exposure for the city, that really got our buzz going at home, and a lot of things started picking up after that. And then it also taught us too more of how to structure our website, how even with the website, people, don't get me wrong, it is a big deal, it is, but with the website also, honestly, I do more than the website hand to hand. The website, don't get me wrong, it makes it look good, makes us legit. It does do a lot for tax purposes too. But another thing why I tell people, me and another guy, say, we'll get to talking all night now.
I know, right?
But
that's why there's got to be a part 2.
Yeah,
we're about to have a part 2.
Oh, well, I had something I want. What was it? Are we gonna have a part 2, man?
We got some time. We got a little bit of time.
Okay.
The job's right up the street.
Gotcha. Okay, then. Where was I going? Dang, I lost my train of thought just that quick.
So you were saying that the website does wonders for tax purposes.
Yes,
you were just talking to a guy.
But as far as I was talking to a guy. He was like, what would you tell anybody who was ready to start a business or whatever? Would you recommend them to jump out, get your LLC, and then get going? Or how would you? No. Before we got our LLC, yes, we got our logo trademark.
Okay.
And our name trademark.
Okay.
That was pre-LLC. First thing I tell anybody, and what we did, we got our clientele up first. And instead of I tell if you're going to start something, you should go ahead and just start even if you selling cakes.
Right.
You should go ahead and start letting people taste your product.
Right.
Just like we did when we didn't wait until everything was perfect, then got our merchandise. Right. We got our merchandise and then we formed around it. Because the number one rule of thumb, any hustler know, is get the money.
Get the money.
Now, all the advertising, all that looks good. Don't get me wrong, but what I found though to be the best seller is mouth to mouth.
And it's always been that way.
Always. Don't care. You can push it to the moon on social media. But it's so much better hearsay.
Since you brought that up. Switch Gaming. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. Exactly. Get the money.
Gotcha.
Because since you brought that up, on an even bigger scale, it makes me think back to that group Coast Contra. You heard of them?
I never heard of them.
Oh man, check out the Never Freestyle. By Coast Contra. Okay. You probably seen them and heard them and don't know it because they got that ding 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 ding. I had to. But yeah, that Coast Contra. But Coast Contra started off just like us, gutter from the bottom. They started off local New England Northeast rap group that they grinded. And what eventually put them on the map was moves exactly like what your brother did. Just putting their submissions in. Yeah. I don't call it luck.
Right.
Because luck happens when an outside force causes 0 to turn into 1, right?
Okay.
That's luck to me. But what y'all have done, what I'm doing, Switch Game, and everybody that's watching this channel right now, what we're doing, we're not relying on an outside influence. We, however small it is, are pushing our own narrative. We're putting in the work, so it isn't 0 to 1, it's 1 to something else.
Right.
So what ended up happening was they put out their submissions. That one submission, that right one, got that Never Freestyle out there, and that never freestyle because it was quality, because it is what it is, because it's transparent, because the talent is real. Most importantly, it's real. Boy, everybody bit. Everybody bit. And when Eric, I forgot his last name, but when Eric spazzed out on his verse, everybody bit. And it got to the point where that catapulted them to even further successes. And that's what you just did.
Gotcha.
That's exactly what y'all did. You made your moves. You focus on priorities. And like you said, you can't have a business without product, baby.
Right, and purpose. Let me get to that. Let's get to that. So, the whole purpose of this is giving back to less fortunate kids, to the community, which we have.
Right.
Some of the things that we have done, as you know, an old colleague of ours, Secret. She, we ain't got, but anyway, she has an organization called Secret Angels, and she does things over there for like, I think it's like kids over there on North Side and stuff like that. Where do back to school drives. We've actually helped with that.
Word.
Yeah, she shouted us out on our business page, but so Belton Court. It's a basketball court. Shout out to all my people out there in Belton. But they needed renovations. Me, us, and some more people, we all got together, got our money together, and we actually redid the court. Gave it new nets. We put new lines out there. Like, got all the weeds out over. You know what I mean? We made the court back to something that we can be proud of, like how we was when we was growing.
It'd be ours.
Not only that, we had another. This is one of my brother female colleagues or whatever. She does things to give back to children or whatever, and we actually help with that also. So, like, our brand, don't get me wrong, it's not for us per se.
Right.
Don't get me wrong. I'd be lying to you if I said we weren't making anything.
Right.
But we do take portions of our proceeds to give back to the community. And that's really our purpose of SWUTLAK. That's our purpose of SWUTLAK. And if you watch that video, Master P, he tell you that we give back. And that's why I say another thing was the higher power made sure we got there. You know what I mean? Think like he's doing something to give back to small businesses, and we're giving something back to the community.
Absolutely.
It all lines up. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
It all lines up. So, I say it's just not one of those things where we're selling and putting it in our pocket. Like, we're literally, like, this is for the kids in our community. We even, like, have plans to come up with, like, little seminars or something where we can, like, teach kids different little things. It might be teaching, who knows, one day I might be teaching the welding class. We might be teaching, my brother, he's an electrician, electrical, just, we got plans in the near future to, like, still give back.
I'm here for it. I love it. I love it. I love it.
Gotcha, yeah. Like, it's a good purpose. And I appreciate all the love and support.
And that's where I've been at too, man. Like, I've been it hasn't been as organic for me, or seemingly organic. Because, the thing about what seems organic, usually that's after we've done already had our hurdles and done tripped up a little bit. And it's like a baby, right? Like, baby don't start off running right off the rip. That baby that baby ain't even start walking. That baby barely could crawl when it first born. But
that's true.
It grows, it develops, and eventually walking and running becomes second nature. So, like, I gotta say, this has been a very, very encouraging first episode. This has been a blast. It's been. I'm so glad to be able to make this episode 0, because this is it. I can't wait to do the recap of this episode. I can't wait, because this right here, our conversation, is what the Round Table brand has been. That's the entire premise of it.
Gotcha.
Community, positivity, giving back in our own unique unique ways.
Yes.
Like you probably seen. I know you've seen a little bit making magic, playing magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gifted in certain ways. I have my talents. And I'm exploring and learning more. But that's my outlet.
Gotcha.
But as a round table, because I know I've talked to you about that round table idea for years.
Years. It's coming together. I'm glad to see it coming together.
Yes. That round table, like as a team, we can combine our strengths, we can combine our gifts, we can combine our assets to make true magic happen, to make real positivity happen, and like DMX taught us, to let our light shine and let those who see it be blinded.
I hear you, brother.
Man.
Okay.
Man.
Okay.
Yo, I'm so looking forward to part 2 of this. Now it's probably a good place. Did you have anything else you want to cover right now?
I think we pretty much touched everything. I just want to appreciate y'all for having me at the round table.
I appreciate you being guest number 1.
Salute. And yeah, we definitely do this soon.
Definitely. So once again, guys, before I do outros, this is Fitzgerald White of SWUTLAK Clothing and Apparel. I got the website listed in the chat, www.SWUTLAK.com.
Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram at SWUTLAK and Facebook business pages, and even follow us on our YouTube channel at SWUTLAK.
But with that said, nothing but positivity, nothing but love, nothing but the things that really matter in this life right here. So with that said, for the esteemed Fitzgerald White, yours truly, the Legendheart, Brandon Johnson, we're calling it a night. Thank you again for joining in. And as always, much blessings, much love. Peace.